Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Hardworking Man. Let me show you what we're doing today. If you follow the channel, you know we run an all-wood muscle-wood log splitter, and we love this thing. It came with the Honda IGX700. It's a fuel-injected Honda V-twin engine, and this thing's been great. But last winter, we had a couple issues with it, and I thought it was water in the fuel. But we're having those same issues again, and there's no water in the fuel. So I did some research. I looked online. I checked my plugs. This plug on this side looks fine. The plug on the inside here is a little bit wet and it's not firing correctly. So when you first start this Honda up, it runs great. Once it warms up a little bit, it starts to go bogged down and back and down and back, almost like a governor on a carbureted engine. And this thing always has some, I guess, pressure against it because it's running these big pumps. So it's not just a free idling motor. So I did my research, I found some parts, we're going to install them today and hopefully fix this engine. So what is this Honda IGX700? And the IGX800 is essentially the same exact engine, just with a little more power. What's it doing and how are we going to try to fix it? Let me show you. When we start it up, it starts up just fine, but in a minute or two, once it warms up, that's when the issue shows itself. So let's get it started up, then I'll show you what it's doing. We'll let it warm up and I'll bring you guys back as soon as this thing starts acting up. So one thing it's doing, whenever you go to adjust the throttle, oh, of course, oh, so here it is. It just cuts out and comes back, cuts out and comes back. There's a lot of things it could be, and I'm hoping it's what I bought to fix this thing. So let's shut it down and I'll show you what we got. Now, in all honesty, I probably should have just brought this engine into a certified Honda service company to get it warranted, because I'm right at the end of my warranty and I should have looked into it a little sooner than I did, because I'm not sure if I still have the warranty. I believe it has a 2-year warranty and I bought this thing in September of 2022, so I'm pushing the limits on this thing. Outdoor Equipment Company in Ray, Michigan, who I bought our bad boy mower from, they also have locations in Dimondale, Michigan and in Houghton Lake, Michigan. They're a certified company. I reached out to them. They're like, absolutely, bring it in. We'll check it out. But before I thought of that and got a hold of them, I bought some parts from some videos I watched online. Now, these were pressure washer videos. A lot of pressure washers have the IGX800 on them, and there were guys having a similar problem. So hopefully this solves it, because if not, I wasted $360. So I was saying, and then it didn't do it, of course. Before it warms up, when I turn the throttle up, it would cut out and then come back, which it never used to do. And then once it warms up, it does what I just showed you. So like a lot of you, I went to YouTube and I'm like, how do I fix this? And I found a channel, I believe it was called Pink Flamingo. It was a power washer channel, and he was having a similar issue with his. He went to Ameritech in Tampa, Florida, and they figured it out and got it fixed. They don't know I have a YouTube channel. I called them, I talked to them. They said, yep, I think you got the same issue a lot of guys are having. And they put this kit together to help solve it. So hopefully that's it. I'm not sponsored by them. I paid full price for this stuff, had it shipped to my house in Michigan. So what is it? Well, they send you 2 spark plugs that they take the time to set the gap on, so I don't even have to check that. A new fuel filter. All right, that's pretty basic. You can get that anywhere. They also send you 2 new coils, and $360 for 2 coils, 2 spark plugs, and a fuel filter. That seems a bit high. But what they do, and they're the only place I could find that does it, is they add a resistor into these coils, which I believe it's a resistor or a capacitor. I probably should have checked. But so what they do is they add, I believe it's a resistor or a capacitor, I believe a resistor into these coils, and they're the only place I could find that does it. And they say it calms the spark down before it goes into the spark plug, so it all goes through the spark plug. If you watched an earlier video, you could see I could touch my spark plug boots and I was getting shocked. So the combination of that and the fact that my engine was doing the same thing as these power washer guys is what led me to just go, you know what, just buy the parts, put it on, and let's see if it works. Is it a $360 mistake, or did I just fix this engine myself without having to take it in? We're about to find out. So this should be a fairly straightforward and easy job. It's going to be a lot more difficult because I'm going to try to do it without unbolting this Honda engine. And it's a fairly restrictive workspace here. I'm hoping I can get this cover off, but you just need 4 10mm bolts out, top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left. 2 Phillips screws, and then you can get this cover off and gain access to the coils. So I'm not going to make you watch that whole thing, but I'll bring you back when there's an important step or when I'm showing something different. So let's get that cover off and see if we can get to the coils with this engine still bolted up onto the all-wood muscle wood. Now in one video I asked for people's, what do you think it could be, things to check, and I checked a lot of stuff from the comments on that video. I checked the fuel filter, I checked the lines to the fuel filter to make sure it wasn't sucking air, there was no water in the fuel. I checked a lot of stuff, and that's what leads me to believe it's probably this. One thing I didn't check was the spacing on the valves, so it could be that, because valves can mess you up as they warm up. But just from everything, like I said, I'm thinking this is it. So I've got all these bolts out. Let's see if we can get that cover off and gain access to the coils. This is pretty tight in here. Let's see if we can get that out. As long as we can get this, I think we'll be able to get to everything else. Come on. There we go. All right. So remove your front cover, step 1. Then you can get access to your coil packs here. I'm not sure, but I might have just completely wasted $360. Those parts are non-returnable, and I may have found my problem just by taking that cover off. So maybe do a little more research than I did before you go dropping this money on this part. Let me show you what I found, and I'm going to try to fix it and see if that solves the problem before I install these new coil packs. And otherwise, I might be selling these packs, or I might just be saving them for in case I ever need them. But let me show you what I discovered when I took that cover off. This is a shame on me whether or not this fixes it or not, but I might have found my problem. So this might be hard to see, but apparently some mice or something got in here and chewed up the coatings on the wires, because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you want to eat some wire coating? And like I said, my left cylinder was my problem, the inside cylinder, and those inside cylinder wires are the ones that are chewed up the most. Now it doesn't appear that the wires are damaged, it's just the coating. And I wonder if that is why I'm getting sparked through the boots, and that's why we're having stray spark, and that's the issue. So I'm going to get some liquid electrical tape, recoat those wires, and start this thing up and see what happens. All right, guys, unfortunately, we're not going to get to run this tonight, but I'll bring you back tomorrow. So Rachel would believe this. I don't know if any of the rest of you will, but I have liquid electrical tape in my garage, and I can't find it. So I ran up to AutoZone, I bought some more, and I'm going to be honest with you. I sort of hope this doesn't fix it, because I'll feel like an idiot if it does. The fact that I just spontaneously saw a YouTube video, went online and dropped $360 on parts when I might only needed a $12 bottle of electric tape. Is this $12 bottle going to fix my engine, and I don't need these $360 worth of parts that they say no returns? I'll get a hold of them. I haven't opened them yet, so maybe there's a chance, but I'm still sort of hoping I need them so I don't look like such an idiot. I don't know. I got my first coat on these wires. You got to wait 10 minutes between coats and 4 hours before you can start the engine up. So I'm going to get a good couple coats on them wires, one, because they've been exposed, and to protect them. I'll now know if I have a problem in the future to check those wires and start with that. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is this going to get the Honda IGX700 back up and running, the all-wood back in the game, busting up these huge locust rounds with the multi-split wedges, running the all-wood log table, getting hard-working man back to just running mad amounts of firewood through this machine? Or am I still going to have to replace those coil packs with the modified coils to get this thing running right? Or am I missing completely? Are neither of these things going to fix it? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Hardworking Man, drop a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed, because we're going to come back in our next video and show you what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.